All right, everybody. So I decided to make pulled pork out of this Boston butt pork roast, which I slow cooked in the oven at 250 degrees for 14 hours. Let's see how it turned out. Now that's what you call a pork butt right there. You know it's good and tender when the bone comes out squeaky clean. So now all I have to do is pull the pork and add a little flavor into it, and it'll be ready to eat. All right, folks, so this is what we ended up with. We got 5.5 pounds of pulled pork out of that one 8.5 pound roast. After we pulled the bone, and cooked the water out of it and everything, ended up with 5.5 pounds. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna freeze 4 pounds of it. So I'm gonna bag up 4 Ziploc bags in 1 pound packages and put in the freezer for later to use for other dishes. And the other 1.5 pounds, I'm gonna mix it up with some sauce and add a little bit more, some mustard and a little seasoning to it. And then I'm gonna have pork sandwiches for about the next 2 days. So yeah, it was a process. It took about 14 hours for this thing to cook, to get it up to the temperature where I wanted it to be, where it would, you know, fall apart like that. And then I had to wrap it and let it rest for 2 hours, making sure that it stayed at 170 for that 2 hours. And then once I unwrapped it, it fell apart. Like I said, I pulled that bone out. It was squeaky clean. So yeah. All right. So I took out what I wanted to freeze for later. And this is what I ended up with the sauce in it for sandwiches. You can see all that moisture, all that goodness in there. Put that on a toasted hamburger bun with a little bit of mayo and some dill pickle. And you got something.